What's going on, guys? It's been a while since the last time I uploaded. Obviously, TypeSoul fell off. The game's no longer open to the public. Matter of fact, I likely won't even make any more TypeSoul content ever again. That's besides the point, since today I discovered a very interesting and promising Elemental Battlegrounds remake. Now, if you don't know what Elemental Battlegrounds is, a little history for context is a couple years back, a game called Elemental Battlegrounds was released, and it gained a pretty massive following, with the game attaining over 400 million visits in the process. Sadly, a couple years later, the game would die out from lack of updates, and less than half a thousand people would concurrently play every day. However, another studio has decided to take up the mantle and not only recreate the game, but improve on their work in a variety of ways. They call this new game Elemental Warzone, and I've taken the opportunity to use their second public testing phase to take a look at their latest iteration of Elemental Warzone. Since the game is basically a remake, some things you can expect from the game is it being highly similar to Elemental Battlegrounds, so the combat and mechanics will roughly be the same. First things you'll notice within the gameplay are actually the small dissimilarities between the new and the old game. Aspects such as the atmosphere, the map, and the way the GUIs look and are set up for the player. Now, beyond the looks of the game, the mechanics are essentially the same and feel much smoother in terms of traversing the map and using dashes during battle. A few things that have actually changed in terms of mobility is the ability to climb walls at the cost of stamina. Then we can also see that running no longer consumes stamina like in Battlegrounds. Whether the running stamina change is a good or bad thing is up to the player, but personally I like it not consuming stamina to run around. I should also add that Warzone also plays the same music as Battlegrounds to help you capture that OG feeling of playing Battlegrounds when you were a kid. Now, beyond the mobility for the game, we can move on towards the elements. Currently, the game only offers 4 elements as of the second public testing. However, using fire as our first look, you can observe at how much the animations, graphics, and feel of the elements have improved compared to the old game. Moves such as fire bullets, fireball, flame pillar, and flame body have all received amazing graphic changes to their abilities. Even the spell incantation animations look pretty smooth. Also, something amazing about what this game does for fire is actually giving a variation to fireball. If you quickly double tap fireball, you'll actually travel with your fireball and appear where it lands. And genuinely, I'm a fan of it, since you could pretty much rocket ride with it like you could in the old game. But rocket riding aside, I really do hope they can give every element a variation like they did with fireball, so they can introduce some new abilities while having the old moves be available at the same time. You might have noticed I haven't mentioned fire's ultimate ability, and that's because I'd like for you guys to see for yourself. As you can tell, the game's changed Fire's ultimate to be a more cinematic ability for the user and basically lets you become Majin Vegeta doing a final explosion. The effects and animation for it look fantastic. However, if you're not a fan of the cinematic look and just want it to feel more like the old Fire ultimate, you can just disable this in the settings. While speaking of settings, they actually provide a lot of options that weren't provided within the old game. Stuff like auto activation, camera shake, day and night cycling, and even changing the keybinds for your moves and dashing. I've also noticed they added a new mechanic called mana bursting, to which I assume acts like venting in Deepwoken to help escape combos at the cost of a ton of mana. Other than that, there's not much content to discover, since not only is the game a recreation of the old one, but some things like survival and a plethora of elements are currently missing from the game. But even so, with the public testing, I honestly feel like it has a pretty promising future so long as they can keep up the good work. Let me know how you guys feel about Elemental Warzone. I would say I'd do more content for this if it does well, but the public only has 1 day of open public testing, so this will probably be the last video I can put out for it for now. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.